What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another Scarlet Violet video, and today we're going to be looking at something a little bit more interesting that has been developing at late, and that is the little battle between sand versus snow. Okay, not hail anymore. Okay, that's done. We don't call it hail anymore. We call it snow. And specifically, we have some teams with Abomasnow, and we have some teams with Tyranitar. Okay, so the idea here is both of these squads are rising as of late, right? And I noticed that within the tournaments, and I wanted to discuss that a little bit and bring it to attention because I think both of them are pretty cool archetypes right now. That's just a bit of a different feel than some of the normal standard stuff that you might see, and they're doing well for various reasons, and both for different reasons, right? And what I'm going to do first is cover the hail teams that have been doing relatively well, and then also look at the sand teams that have also been doing relatively well as of late. And all the data that I'm getting is all thanks to Evan Smoke and the boys at VGC PokePace. And you know, they're doing God's work, and all they're doing is really compiling all the data for us, and all the teams and all the the top cuts, the links. They're putting it all together into a nice spreadsheet so that we can use this just to look at meta calls and just see like where is the meta right now, what's doing well, and in a very organized fashion that's actually very nice to the eye, right? So thanks again to Evan and everybody working over there at PokePace. I'm sorry, VGC Paste, I should say. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and take a look at these snow teams first, all right? Okay, so first of all, we're going to take a look at one of these tours from Neme. Now, I know in the corner it says December 2nd, but I believe according to the tweet, it was held on December 12th. Is that correct? And at first place, we have Brede with a Abomasnow Rotom Frost squad. Okay, and then you have Palmont, and then the big three with Goldango, Garchomp, and Murkrow, right? So we know what Garchomp, Goldango, and Murkrow can do. Of course, you have the Tailwind support. And then you just have a lot of pressure with Earthquake from Garchomp, and then Goldango just clicks Make It Rain. And then you have, the haze stuff, for Dondozo stuff, and then just to remove the debuffs from Goldango. And then Palmont also is seen on this team, which does a lot of pressure with its electric attacks. Really, really nice into Dondozo sometimes if they don't terrestrialize. But it's really cool to see Abomasnow and Rotom Frost here. Now remember, the Rotoms this generation, because of terrestrialization, they can just go for Terra Electric, and they virtually have no weakness, right? Because what is Electric's main weakness? Ground, except Rotom has Levitate. So on this type of team, you basically have screen support from the Abomasnow. Okay, so the entire team becomes bulky, and then you have some Earthquake combinations with Garchomp and Rotom, and potentially even Discharge on this Rotom. I don't know their sets, by the way. But I'm just guessing here. That's what was happening. So you have Disc Quake combinations, as one might call, and then Abomasnow is able to just spam Blizzard because of the snow effect, and then you get a defense buff on both these mons, right? Because of the new gimmick with snow this generation, you get a +1 defense, similar to how you get special defense from sand, from your Tyranitar. So Abomasnow is enjoying the buff, and then if they bring back, I just want to say this as a side note, if they bring back Alolan Ninetales, oh my goodness. All right, some of these hail teams are going to be, some of these snow teams are going to be really, really nice. So hopefully that day comes soon. But, really interesting squad here. So I would not have expected a snow core with Garchomp, Goldango, and Murkrow, but here it is. And it makes a lot of sense, right? Perhaps Grimmsnar is just not so ideal because it doesn't really exert pressure. And Abomasnow is able to not only set up screens, it can set up both screens in one turn. That's one thing. And then second thing, it has the pressure of Blizzard, which is really nice. Every now and then you can get some freeze hacks. So that's cool. All right, now the only thing you have to watch out for is, weaknesses to fire type. But, you do have a Garchomp over here to help you out with that, right? So really, really interesting squad here. And then as we go forward in some of these other tournaments, you can see how this snow team changes in terms of like what's on it. So let's take a look at Victory Road next, which just happened over the weekend. And if you look down towards top cut over here around 40th place from Dan Brown Stout Gaming, who by the way has a YouTube channel, so definitely go ahead and check him out. He has a team report on this. He also has an Abomasnow team, and it has Cetitan on it. Okay, and this is the squad right here, Cetitan. So let me go ahead and reveal that GIF. Right over there. So Abomasnow's Cetitan has now emerged, as, the dominant core of a Hail team, right? So with the Cetitan Slush Rush, essentially you're getting double the speed boost, so now you're basically able to outspeed everything in the format, just besides just like Drag Bolt, and then you just outspeed that anyway. But now Cetitan has the Assault Vest, which is really nice because if you look at a Cetitan's HP, it's huge. That thing does not need any more HP. The attack stat is okay, right? 100 plus, not too bad. The defense and special defense is where it's lacking, but again, because you have the Aurora Veil from Abomasnow, Cetitan's defense gets boosted, and now with the Assault Vest, Cetitan's special defense also gets boosted, so it's pretty unbreakable almost. I wouldn't say like completely unbreakable, but it has some nice boost where it's able to stay on the field for a very long time, especially behind the Aurora Veil. So really, really nice there. I like Cetitan at the moment, and this is a pretty cool core. It has Kingambit and Skeledirge over here, along with Meowscarada. So the Dondozo matchup is covered relatively nicely. Skeledirge with Unaware, really nice into Dondozo, especially with this Fairy type Terra. That's actually kind of cool. Slack Off, Torch Song, Will-O-Wisp, Protect. So again, you're able to boost up your special attacks, and then you're able to go for endgame recovery. So just in case there's a one-on-one scenario, you'll always win that game because you have the ability to Will-O-Wisp, chip their HP down, and then just keep your HP going up. With Slack Off, and then just keep clicking Torch Song until you're able to finish the game up. And then Meowscarada, again, another good mon against Dondozo. And Play Rough is actually a really nice tech because, the Fairy move, really nice against opposing dragons. Now, the only thing I'm worried about over here in terms of like team makeup, there's like, unless you terrestrialize, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 weaknesses to fire types. All right, I don't know about that one. But then again, that being said, you do have Terra Water on Cetitan. You do have, oops, what's going on? Sorry about that. So you do have Cetitan with Terra Water, so you have that a little bit going for it. But still 3 is a little bit interesting, right? But other than that, it's a pretty standard moveset. Choice Scarf. So I was watching his team report on this, and with the Scarf, the Abomasnow is able to outspeed Garchomp, which is actually important. So this way you can get off a Blizzard. And then, just pretty much one-shot it, just in case they think, oh, I outspeed Abomasnow, I can just click, Rock Slide and, go for flinches and whatnot. But then you just click Choice Scarf, you have the Choice Scarf, Blizzard Spam, and you're kind of just chilling, right? So, Kingambit Life Orb, also really, really cool item here. You're just able to do a lot of damage, and just pin a lot of slots with Sucker Punch. Life Orb, Sucker Punch hurts a lot. And then, of course, Protected in the last slot. And then you have Hariyama also for, like, Trick Room stuff. You're able to break Steel types with the close combat. Wide Guard is really, really nice, especially if you have to deal with like Goldango stuff or just like spread moves in general. And then you have a Fake Out user, which is really nice. So this is an interesting 4 along with the Hail Boys. But again, you do see this Fire, Water, Grass core because this is Titan Terra, essentially counts as your Water type. Then you have the Meowscarada and the Skeledirge as your Fire type and your Grass type. So hence the Fire, Water, Grass core. And you can even throw in the Abomasnow, right? So cool team here. Nice to see them top cut with the Snow Boys. And then if you want to look at the pace here, this is it. So you can see 188 speed. This will get it to about 114. So this is what's going to outspeed Garchomp. Then he has the Assault Vest. So you notice how he's broken up his bulk over here. And if you want to know his damage calcs, again, just go ahead and check out his channel and watch his team report. I'll let him do the talking for me. I'm just merely showing you the Poke Pace and just looking at some of the sets here, just seeing, how he made the squad. But if you want like a full description on this, definitely check out his channel. All right. Next up here, this is probably my favorite Snow team right now. And it's from the Nino Pokebros Tour, also from the weekend, just the day before Victory Road. We got my guy Nate over here, aka Atmosphere VGC, topping first place with another Abomasnow Cetitan team. And look at that core. These 4 is actually what I had envisioned. It was just the last 2 slots. Like I had figured, like where would these last 2 slots go on this kind of team? But Nate's basically running Abomasnow Cetitan as expected. Then he has the core combination of the Trick Room stuff with NDD Armor Rouge, right? And that's a very common archetype right now that's running around. And I plan on doing like a top 10 team cores to use right now in Series 1. But that's a video for another day. This is one of those cores. So NDD Armor Rouge, really, really nice. You're able to go into Trick Room stuff. So Cetitan also kind of does okay into Trick Room because it's a little bit slow without the snow. So there's that. And the weakness to fire is kind of covered by Flash Fire from the Armarouge, so that's also really, really nice. The Hydreigon also puts pressure against the opposing Indeedee Armarouge stuff because you're able to go for dark moves and maybe even Snarl. And then the Annihilate, also really nice with the Indeedee. You know, you're able to clip redirection move, you know, go for those bulk up plays. I think Nate has it. I'm not sure. I want to check it in a second. But, you know, Annihilate plus a Redirector Mon is always very, very strong. But this is a really, really nice team overall. It's nice to see Hail put on a squad like this. And again, there's no Grimmsnarl, right? So you're able to set up screens and then put pressure with Blizzard spam, and then either use Cetitan or maybe Annihilate or Hydreigon in the back behind screens to just potentially sweep the opponent and hide behind the bulk overall, right? So really, really cool idea here. And then second place, he was up against a sand matchup. So that's kind of like the title of the video, Snow versus Sand. And we'll get into sand in a second, but I just want to show Nate's squad over here. And this is, again, also from his YouTube channel. So if you want to know the team report from Nate, he just released his video on this. So definitely check him out. But just to show you just his spreads and Pokeface, this is what he's running here. So just again, like Dan in the other, in Victory Road. Yeah, I got him right. Yeah, I call him Dan. So he's also running Cetitan, Assault Vest, Icicle Crash, Liquidation, Superpower, Heavy Slam, right? So with Superpower, the fighting move, you're always able to hit like opposing Hydreigons, even if they go for like Terra Steel or Terra Poison, Terra Fire, or Terra Dragon, or Terra Dark. You always hit it, and there's no like gamble with the resistance move. The Liquidation, that's really good against opposing fire types. It's a very standard move on Cetitan. The Icicle Crash, of course, that's your stab move. And then Heavy Slam, really nice into the fairy stuff, especially if they want to go into like, or other things that want to Terra into Terra Fairy, right? So really, really nice there. Abomasnow is Focus Sash this time rather than Choice Scarf. That's okay. So going for the longevity stuff. Again, Blizzard, Energy Ball, Aurora Veil, Protect. You know, very, very relatively standard set. You know, just being able to spam Blizzard. Terra Water is really nice here. So that's just in case, you know, there's a fire type that's running into Abomasnow, you can go for Terra Water and just resist it. So that's nice. And then Indeedee, again, you know, it's a bold natured set. Of course, you get the Psychic Seed bonus, so +1 special defense. And then bold, you're boosting up your regular defenses, so Indeedee can stick around a little bit longer. Helping Hand is really nice. So you're able to maybe even click Helping Hand onto Abomasnow, go for Blizzard, or even like Cetitan, Helping Hand, and just go for hard-hitting physical moves. And then the Armarouge is Goggles here with Terra-type Dark, not Grass, Terra-type Dark. So that's also interesting. Really, really nice against the opposing Dark-type matchup. But this is the set right here. Trick Room, Wide Guard, Expanding Pores, and Armor Cannon, right? So I really like Wide Guard here, just like how there was Wide Guard on the other Mon over here. Where was it? In Snout Gaming's? Was there a there was a yeah, the Hariyama had Wide Guard, and now over here you also have Wide Guard. This time it's on the Armarouge, so really, really nice there. Minus 244 special attack, almost max. So you have the Trick Room mode, a hard hitting Trick Room mode. You can't save the Armarouge, Safety Goggles helps it a lot. So that's really, really nice there. And then the Hydreigon is the Pokemon with Tailwind, right? So if you remember, was it Stout? No, it was in Javier's tour. He had Brede with the Murkrow Tailwind. So you have Tailwind on Snow. And now over here, same idea. You have Tailwind with Hydreigon as well, right? So you can play the team in Trick Room. You can play the team in Tailwind. So good modes of speed control depending on how you want to play certain matchups. But I like the flexibility of the team. And then, you know, the Hydreigon does really well against like opposing Goldangos, you know, because you have a dark type move. I thought this was not, but it's actually Terra Blast. And then again, this is Terra type Poison. So that's really nice. That's good against fairies. So, you know, you can always just zap them. Really, really nice there. And of course, it's just like 252 with the Life Orb. Just a lot of damage being pumped out. And then here's the Annihilate, and it is a bulk up set. So, you know, you can always go with like the Indeedee redirection and then set up bulk up. And then you always have recovery with Drain Punch, which is cool. And then, of course, Drain Fist is one of your signatures. And then you can't really sleep or burn the Annihilate. You have the Lumberry. And again, you almost want to like intimidate the Cetitan or the Annihilate, but you can't anymore, right? Because you have Defiant. So unless you want to boost the Annihilate, Intimidate is just not the option right now in Series 1. So really, really cool team. I like it a lot. I really like Bulk Up Annihilate better than like the Scarf Final Gambit stuff. I never really liked that kind of Annihilate set, so I really like this one. So really, really cool. And nice to see Nate do well with this team, and I think he's going to keep on using it. I'm not sure. Okay. But yeah, so different kinds of Hail teams. And it's always like the two Hail teams, the two Snow Boys, and then a supporting cast with either something like Speed Control with Tailwind, and then some of the Dragons are on the team, right? So cool. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Sand stuff. Okay, for Sand teams, now we're taking a look at the Brisbane local from Australia, and Caraco's 6-in-1 Sand squad. Now again, you'll notice that the common theme with these Sand teams is that they're always paired on Tatsugiri Dandozo. So that's always very, very interesting to see. And the idea here is, you have the safety goggles with Tatsugiri. You're able to get speed control with Icy Wind, of course, and then hop into Dandozo, if you need to, and then just go with that mode, right? And then now that not only did you see the Cetitan with Assault Vest, now you see the Tyranitar with Assault Vest. So that's probably for like Goldango stuff, with the Make It Rain. And then you can just, hit it right back with something like Assurance, all right, which is kind of cool. And then Terra Blast with Terra Flying as the Terra type. That's really cool. So that doesn't want to take an Earthquake from Garchomp. So Terra Blast Flying is cool. That's probably for like fighting types. So just in case a fighting type wants to go for close combat, you go for Terra Flying, and then you just hit it with Terra Blast, and then it just hits really hard. But one of the main things to do on the Sand team is this is how it works. Lycanroc has a Focus Sash. It's very frail. You can almost one-shot it. And once you get it to Sash, it goes for Endeavor, bringing you down to 1 HP also. And then the Sand Chip takes you out because, you can't resist the sand damage, right? Unless you're a Lycanroc or a Rock type yourself. So that's one of the cool things about Lycanroc with the Endeavor concept. And then, of course, Rock Slide and Close Combat are your two standard moves. You also have Endure, which is also, it helps you do these combos a lot. So that's nice. And then, of course, we know what Dandozo Tatsugiri do. But then what about like the last two slots? So here we have Annihilate. So there's the Final Gambit. This is, just pick a threat and just remove it from the game. And then Rotom Heat with Thunderbolt, Overheat, Volt Switch, and Trick. Okay, and it's Choice Specs Rotom Heat, right? So the Choice Specs Trick set with a Pivot Move and Thunderbolt. So pretty interesting options here, if I do say so myself. So nice to see this team do well. But then if you go into VGC University, 54 players, top 8 cut, and you can see it's another Dandozo Tatsugiri squad with a Sand core of Tyranitar and Lycanroc. By the way, I want to reveal the GIF over here for Lycanroc. Let me just go ahead and do that. There it is. And then it's pretty much the same kind of core used by Andrea, Band VGC in other words. And again, a top cut, the winner technically, and you got second over here. All right, Bonanomi, of course, with the Garchomp, Goldango, Murkrow, Hydreigon core with Mouse Hold, and then the Breloom. So that's cool. But nice to see this tour again, and then you can see the Sand core top cutting. Makes a lot of sense. It's very impressive. Has good speed control, and then just the Endeavor gimmick is annoying. All right. Then if we go into the Wide League, also over the past weekend, the first Wide League, 240 plus players. Okay, a large amount. And again, if you want to know how to get into these tournaments, you got to join Twitter. All right, this is where they're all announced. But if you can take a look over here, again, you can see the Sand team with Tyranitar, Lycanroc, and Dandozo Tatsugiri. And then you have Sylveon Meowscarada over here. All right, and then if you look over here from Torviv's team, same thing. I'm pretty sure they worked on this together. They're both Spain. All right, and then over here, if you look down, almost a similar concept, but instead of the Sand core, you have the Armor Rouge and the Hydreigon. Okay, but then over here you have Tyranitar, and then also Baxcalibur and then Rotom. So wow, that's very interesting. So you have Tyranitar and Baxcalibur on the same team. Really interesting. But the point is, Sand core here, Sand core here. Of course, both doing really well. So it's basically the theme of Tyranitar, Lycanroc, Dandozo Tatsugiri, and then two other homies. Okay, that's really what it looks like right now. And then over here in another tour, also over the weekend, in the Philippines. All right, they also had another tournament, top 8 cut, and you can see it was a mirror pretty much, with Axe going up against Faraja. You know, again, Dandozo, Tatsugiri, Lycanroc, Tyranitar, and it was basically Annihilate and Rotom again. So I feel like these two are the common partners on those kinds of teams, and it makes a lot of sense, right? They cover their weaknesses. So you know, you have the electric coverage for the water types. Annihilate is just there to just remove big threats. So really cool there. You can even remove the Hydreigon stuff with Annihilate. So you know, go ahead and go figure for that. But I'm interested in seeing if there's a better supporting cast to these two rather than just Annihilate and Rotom. But it makes a lot of sense, right? And that's where we're at right now. This is the dominant Sand Core with Dandozo, Tatsugiri. And there is a Rain squad over here. That's actually kind of cool. Palafin Rain, we just built that squad. But that's the idea right now, okay? So we've got Sand with these guys, and then we pretty much have Hail with Abomasnow, Cetitan, and then either a more balanced supporting cast, or you have like 2 other cores on the team with Indeedee, Armor Rouge, or like Hydreigon, Annihilate, or you know, it's just basically very flexible in terms of what you want to do with them. But yeah, this one relies more on screens. This one relies more, and Blizzard spam, of course. This one relies more on Endeavor stuff, you know, chipping things down with Sand, and then, you know, relying on the pressure from the Dandozo and the Tatsugiri stuff, right? So yeah, let me know what you think of Sand versus Snow right now. It's very interesting to see both archetypes, and I want to see if Palafin Rain, or maybe just Rain teams in general, trying to make a run for best weather in VGC right now. So we'll be back with another video in the next one, guys. Peace out and have a good night.